Hi again. In this video, we're going to learn how to send a certificate of completion to a customer. We can send it out of two different programs. One is NetSuite and the other one is Admin. Now for all brands, you can send them out of NetSuite, and for McKissick specifically, you can send out of Admin. So I'm going to start with NetSuite, and I'm going to show you two different ways that we can send that certificate out. So I have an account open here. It's my test account, and I'm on the Enrollments tab, and I see my completed course, and I'm going to go straight over to the credit request form. So I'm going to click on the credit request number. I'm looking at the document here. There is a button that says print certificate. So you can do this. It will bring up another tab with the certificate of completion, and you would download it and then attach it to an email, or you could print it and mail it to the customer. But there's an easier way to do that. So on the credit request, what you'll do is click Edit, and you'll click Email Certificate, and then you'll click Save. By doing that, I'm letting the system know that I want to email the completion certificate. The only way that certificate is going to email out of NetSuite is if a couple of criteria have been met. So one, the invoice has to be paid in full, and we see that on here right there, invoice paid in full. We also need to have a completion date, and this does show completed and the completion date of the 10th, and any required documentation, if the state has a specific requirement for that, needs to be received back from with us and put in the system. And the last thing is, if the course requires a proctored exam, that also has to be a passed exam and noted in the system. In this case, this particular state has no additional requirements, so I'm able to email that out. And just a moment ago while I was talking, I heard it coming through. So let's take a look at that email. And here it is. And I can open the attachment. And I can see the certificate. So it's very quick how the customer can receive that document through email. So I'm going to show you real quickly again how that happened. I'm going to go back to the customer account. I'm going to go to the Enrollments tab, find that completed course, go straight to the credit request, click Edit, mark the Email Certificate checkbox, click Save, and in a moment I'll hear the ding that the email was sent. I can also double check that the information had been sent by going into the Mail Merge sub-tab here. You can see I've mailed it out multiple times this morning, so it did in fact go. The other way that you can send a certificate from NetSuite is by going to the customer dashboard. So I'm back on the customer record. I'm going to click the little dashboard icon here. I'm going to wait for the credit request portlet to go ahead and load up. I love this portlet. It does take a few moments to load up all the information. It's a great time to start talking to your customer about any specific requirements or how to use the course or whatever small talk you might want to throw out there while it's loading. But the information you can get from here is fabulous. So I'm going to look for that completed course. Here it is, How to Work with Real Estate Investors Part 1. Under this column here, email, it currently says no. I'm going to check that box, click off the area. Now the date does say the 10th or the 12th, which is today. And I'm going to refresh this portlet. And it's going to show the same date, unfortunately, but it is that easy to send a certificate from this credit request portlet on the customer dashboard. So soon I'll hear the little ding again, letting me know that the email has been received. So again, that's on the customer dashboard. Simply changing a no to a yes will send that email over. So there's no edit, click, and save going on here. All right, so that's how you send out of NetSuite. The next one I'm going to show you is how to send out of admin. So I'm already in the admin account for this student record. I'm going to locate that completed course. It's right here. I'm going to click on View Details. And when I scroll down under Certificates Issued, I see the two requests for Arkansas and PA. So on this one, I'm going to click I'm going to click Print. It brings up the opening certificate in PDF. I'm going to click OK. Here it is. Oop, too big for your screen. Here it is. And I can share that through email now. Notice this. Let me do it this way. This is the certificate that I sent from NetSuite. Pretty colorful. It's got all the information on there. And then let me find the one that we just had up here. See how this one is different? Not as colorful. The reason that is two certificates have been created, a template for NetSuite and a template for admin. I'm letting you know this information because students can get pretty confused if we're sending one that looks this way and then they need another copy, and we send one this way and they're concerned that it's not a valid certificate. The state is still going to accept it. We just have two different templates. So that concludes our lesson today on how to send certificates out of both admin and NetSuite. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask your coworkers around you or seek out your supervisor or instructor, and they'll be happy to help you. Thanks for joining today.